I knew something was seriously wrong with me when I first started getting sick. I could feel it in my brain, like I'm not acting right. My brain, I don't know how to describe it. I felt very disorientated, was asking the same question over and over, getting stuck on words. Like I felt like I was losing it.
When I met at the ER the first day and they kept saying, you know, you have anxiety, this is anxiety, and I'm watching her whole body being thrown. Like, this is not anxiety.
I got a thing that said your test results are in about my MRI, and that there were multiple active lesions on my brain and spinal cord that could be a demyelinating disease, or that reflected demyelinating disease. I didn't know what MS was. I had no clue what MS was. And I don't think a lot of people know what MS is.
That you just, as a mom, you don't ever imagine that this is going to happen. And she was so immobile. When she was put into Mary Free Bed's inpatient, I've never experienced anything like it. She had determination, but they had determination.
I remember the first day that I got admitted inpatient at Mary Free Bed, and you know, you're meeting all these doctors, all these nurses, they're giving you a care team, and then Dennis walks in.
No matter what the diagnosis is, no matter what it is you're going through, you still have an internal strength, and you can still say, yes, I'm going to get up today. Yes, I'm going to do my therapies today. Yes, I'm going to fight for my life today.
And again, that word hope. Every little thing that they did with her that she accomplished was hope. When Joni had her up in that harness, I could just see, and Samantha was at, I can be up again. I don't have to just be down. I could have hugged her when she was standing there forever, because I hadn't hugged her standing up in a really long time.
I looked forward every single day that I worked with Joni. I looked forward to it because she was so real. She rooted for me just as hard as I rooted for myself. She pushed me. I look forward to working with her, but man, did she kick my butt.
Multiple sclerosis is a process that tears away the way the nerve communicates with the muscles. As that kind of gets under control from the medication standpoint, it's then up to the physical therapy role to help safely rebuild that function of the muscle given the return of the nerve communication.
We were working on her core strength, we were doing upper body strengthening, working on transfers and helping her just understand her limits in those things and really conserve her energy.
And as she makes progress physically, I see that same progress and that same upliftment, you know, come in mentally for her and cognitively. It's really about, in this moment, right now, what do I need to be doing?
Inpatient is really just that first step of getting them good enough to be home. And then from there, they can build on those skills. So like with Sam, you know, she wasn't walking out of here, but she left a lot better than she was. And she was capable of, you know, getting through being at home and moving on to that outpatient side of rehab.
I would say at first it was a lot of pain management and kind of seeing how are we going to get over fatigue? How are we going to get over the part of regulating body temperature even.
Is this okay?
Yeah.
Tight?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, where she was like losing as much mobility as she did, she's relearning all these basic things so young. Like when we first learned to walk and stand, we don't think about it, we just do it. So when you're then coming back and you're like, okay, this is what it feels like to stand. Like these are the muscles that I have to activate in the right order to be able to successfully stand. Sometimes it takes longer to like realize that you're doing it.
I was literally standing, and I haven't stood since April, essentially. And so her just talking and distracting me and made me go, made me do something I didn't think I could do yet. They helped me fight the biggest fear of this disease, is going out in the world with it.
That was a goal that she set forever ago. She's like, I want to get to work. I want some of my life back.
I could not run my store as well as I do without all of my team, but I've been missing a big piece of it. Taking care of the patients is like her top thing. It's gonna be so good for her to put all the skills that she's been learning into place.
She said that people had banners up and that people were going around and making sure that everything was accessible for her. And I thought that was huge because that says a lot about her team, that says a lot about her as a person and who she surrounds herself with.
I think a big thing about Sam that I really enjoyed and kind of reflecting back on working with her is her drive to help other people. She was going through a very dark time while she was here an inpatient. Now I'm getting emotional, but she just always, you know, at the beginning of the session, she might be crying because something hasn't gone the right way, but by the end, she's fighting through, and she would always end a session with, you know, hoping that whatever she's doing is helping someone else.
She's kind of one of those like ideal patients that you wish everyone came in with that mentality, because she's doing the work. Like, we're here kind of guiding footsteps, but she's doing it. So I just love like the work that she's put in, and I wish that everyone can see her every week because it just keeps getting better.
You know, I think we sometimes see these situations as like how much they're limiting somebody, but I think it's where we see some of the greatest strength that people have.
And she's able to say, I have MS, I don't like it, but I'm going to tackle it, I'm going to overcome it, and I'm going to do what I can to show people you're not alone.
For as low as this disease took her, to see her come back and be as awesome as she is really inspirational.
I wouldn't be here today, like with this much progress, if I didn't have Joni pushing me at the beginning. We stay in contact. In her last email that she sent, she said, I really missed you at the end. She said, I really missed you. And I really miss her too. And I replied back to her in one of the parts, and I said, I can't wait until the day that I come back to Mary Free Bed to visit you, but I'm walking up to you and giving you a hug. I cannot wait. And that day will come, and I'll make sure of it. This isn't, yes, it's considered a disability, with quotes, but it doesn't define you. And they do every single thing that they can in that hospital, and they give you the tools so you don't have to feel like the disability defines you, because you're more than that.